what if, right, what is ancient wisdom, like, actually held the key to surviving climate change? Not just, sustainable practices, but by actually merging that wisdom with, like, really advanced technology.
Oh, wow.
That's what we're diving into today.
Oh, man.
We're exploring this really mind-blowing speculative design project called Mwana Ardhi, Whispers of Resilience.
It's a fascinating vision of the future.
Yes.
It is presented by Amani,
Yes.
a designer from the Comorian Islands.
Yes. And you've sent us some articles and research on this project, and we're going to break it all down.
Absolutely.
For you today. Okay, so, like, to set the stage, imagine a future where climate change has really taken hold.
Right.
Desertification is, like, widespread.
Yeah.
And communities are really struggling to survive. Not exactly like a sunny picture.
No, not at all. And that's where Mwana Ardhi comes in. It means child of the earth in Swahili, and it's a symbol of hope in this pretty bleak future that you just painted. Mitsamuli has designed these bio-robotic farming units. So think biodomes, but with a, like, seriously futuristic twist.
Biodomes tended by robots.
Okay. I'm intrigued. Now, how does, like, ancient wisdom fit into all this?
I think that's what makes this project so unique.
Okay.
These robots aren't just programmed with any old farming techniques, right? They're designed to utilize ancient Comorian agricultural practices that have been passed down, for generations.
So, like, what kind of practices are we talking about? Like, give us the specifics.
Sure. So, for example, the Comorian Islands have a really long tradition of terrace farming and rainwater harvesting. And these techniques help prevent soil erosion and conserve water. And you can imagine how vital that is in a world that is facing, increasing desertification.
Mitsamuli has envisioned these robots utilizing similar techniques, but with a technological edge. So, imagine like a robot carefully building terraces, guided by sensors that can, analyze the terrain, or using a network of pipes to collect and distribute rainwater with incredible precision.
Wow, that's amazing. So we're talking about robots that are essentially like mimicking ancient practices, but on a larger and more efficient scale.
Exactly. It's like taking the best of both worlds.
Yeah.
There's another fascinating aspect of Comorian wisdom at play here, and that's this deep understanding of the local ecosystem. So traditionally, Comorian farmers, they carefully chose crops that were well suited to the climate and soil conditions.
Right.
And Mitsamuli imagines that these robots would have a similar ecological awareness. They'll be selecting and planting the most resilient crops for this changing world.
This is, like, really making me think about how much knowledge we can glean from the past. It's like we're constantly trying to, like, reinvent the wheel when the answers might have been right there in front of us all along.
Absolutely. And Mitsamuli isn't just focused on the practical aspects of farming. The project also incorporates the spiritual connection that Comorians have with the land.
Oh, wow.
So the design of the biodomes themselves is actually inspired by traditional Comorian architecture, creating a sense of harmony between the technology and the environment.
So these biodomes aren't just functional, they're beautiful too.
Exactly.
It's like a work of art that also happens to be, like, saving the world.
Precisely. And that brings us to the bigger picture.
Okay.
Mitsamuli's project challenges us to think differently about how we approach technology and sustainability.
Yeah.
It's not just about finding, like, high-tech solutions.
Yeah.
It's about understanding that sometimes the best solutions are actually rooted in the wisdom of the past.
This whole project makes me wonder about practices my own ancestors used and what wisdom we might be, like, overlooking in our rush to embrace the latest technology.
I love that. That's a great point, and it's exactly the kind of dialogue that Mitsamuli hopes to spark with this project.
So what does this all mean for us, right? Like, sitting here in the present, are we just supposed to, like, sit back and wait for robot farmers to save the day?
I mean, of course not, but Mwana Ardhi can be this powerful tool for reflection.
Okay.
It asks us to consider what we can learn from the past, how we can use technology responsibly, and how we can build a future that is both sustainable and resilient.
This has been such an eye-opening deep dive.
Yeah, it has.
I'm definitely going to be thinking about this for a long time.
Me too. It's a reminder that even in the face of, like, seemingly insurmountable challenges, There's always hope. And sometimes the solutions lie in the most unexpected places.
Thanks for joining us on Exploring Futures. We hope this deep dive has sparked some ideas and maybe even a little hope for the future.
Absolutely.
Don't forget to share this episode with your friends, and let's keep the conversation going.
Sounds good.
Awesome.